Sorry about that other recording. Looks like it was a little off there. That's fine. We'll just piece this one together. Okay, so we have Sharkbait versus Devil here. Basically, they spent the first 3 rounds just accumulating a lot of economy here, and it looks like Sharkbait is going for a mass blue Gremlin sort of tactic here, or strategy, I should say. And looks like he's going to be going in for this mana crystal. He should be able to do at least 1 damage. Probably won't kill this thing. It would be surprising if it did. Whereas Devil, we had him open with some clerics here, Assyrian and the Dawnbreaker, basically to get his temple engine rolling, and that's allowed him to get a royal armor out. And we see Aurora come out. One of these legendary creatures that the Holy School has that's kind of just amazing. And with the royal armor, he's going to be able to pump this up to 3 armor. Now against a minor creature, he's going to get Aegis 2, so that means these gremlins are only going to roll 1 die. And with 3 armor, that means they have to do a critical in order to actually deal damage, which is actually pretty cool. I like the play a lot, and 4 dice is pretty good for a 12 cost creature. But the survivability is going to be really useful against all these gremlins. So that's a pretty cool play in order to sort of counter this sort of thing. Also, they treat creatures as pests, but, all these guys are already pests, so it's really not that big of a deal. And, yeah, so it looks like we're just seeing sort of gremlins get in a position here. And it looks like we're going to see a manual summon from Devil. We're going to see Aaron come out. Okay, this is a great choice. Aaron's one of those like cheap creatures that if you can heal him, he becomes a great asset. If you can't, he's a solid meat shield. Yeah, he does 1 die damage. That's not really a big deal. You spent 5 mana on him, and he has 8 health, 2 armor. So even if it like blocks 3 or 4 attacks, that's still a ton of dice that you're able to sort of get out with just a 5 mana investment. And it looks like Shark's going to cast enchantment onto Aurora. That could be a ton of stuff. It could be something as simple as an essence drain, just to give Aurora an upkeep. This may not be that big of a deal considering the amount of economy both players have. The spending that mana is not really a big deal. That being said, it's worth it for Shark in the end because it'll probably be worth more mana-wise than what he spent on it. We're just seeing enchantment go down into Aaron. That could just be a regenerate. It could be a lifelink. It could be a ton of things like that. Looks like we're to see right now. It is going to be a lifelink. Great choice for Devil. This basically gets it out in 3 rounds. If you have a hand of Bim next round, it's 2 rounds, and you get to get that 5 dice up. Shark is going to reveal the Essence Drain, so it's going to be an upkeep 2. And, it costs him 6 mana, and it's upkeep 2. In 3 rounds, it'll pay for itself. In this kind of split, that's really advantageous because most likely this will be like, 12 mana. Could be up to 20, assuming he doesn't kill Aura. The one downside, of course, is that you don't really want to attack Aura because now it has an upkeep 2. So, it's good and bad. Yeah. And we're just going to let them plan. And the pants coming out, of course, for Shark. So I'm just going to pause it here. All right, looks like both players are about to be done here. And so let's just look at the board really quick. We have 1 armor for the wizard here. Otherwise, they're both just pretty much basic mages. Lots of creatures coming out for both sides. And looks like we're going to see another gremlin come out to Shark that makes 4. So that's going to be all the gremlins he has this game. And out of Devil, we have Cassiel. Again, another legendary creature coming out for the Holy. This is a very standard kind of look. To have Aaron, Cassiel, the mage, very normal to see this kind of thing, and it's very potent, so I dig it. Cassiel, a big advantage is, of course, she's a familiar. She can cast things like, like Consecrated Grounds that can be used offensively, especially against like gremlins, which you can take out a good chunk of their life by just casting a Consecrated Ground. If all 4 of them are in one zone, that's 4 damage. Not to mention it heals you passively. On top of that, she can pray. So the mana you can get on this the temple is really good. It looks like Shark's just going to say, okay, you're not going to come and attack me. I'm just going to take out your mana crystal because it's passive. I dig the play. That makes it super, I guess, it's sort of like a tension that he's creating there. And I dig that. It's he's not doing anything otherwise, so might as well take that out. Gremlin's going to come in. He does pay mana to make it fast. Let's see if it pays off. It does. He rolls 6 damage on that blue gremlin. Course inflicting 5. That's going to kill the mana crystal. So he spent 1 mana, lowered channel. Now for the rest of the game, it's less. Yeah, I can enlarge this. That's fine. Let's see here. Hope that's easier for you to see. If you guys in the chat ever want to see any of these cards, just let me know. I hope you guys can see it all. Interesting enough, chose not to guard with Cassiel. Don't think it would have mattered too much, but it's just it is a choice that he did make. Looks like Aaron's just going to advance 1 and guard. Attacking Aaron with a lifelink is actually pretty dangerous. Just because that 2 armor, it's just such cheap way of healing, and honestly, I don't think he's really gonna care how much damage his guys take. Then again, at the same time, this wizard, who probably has a Hawkeye or Nakira's favor on him, is spending 1 mana to deal 3 or 4 dice. It's also really worth it to sort of passively sort of attack Aaron, and if that ends up being damage on his mage, also not that bad. You kind of get those heals out earlier by doing that. Interesting enough, we haven't actually seen the Royal Armor actually add armor onto anyone. He could add 1 to Cassiel. He could do it to Aurora. He does have the mana to do it. He just hasn't chosen to. Looks like we are going to see an Arcane Zap come down. The Hawkeye is revealed. And rolling 4 dice, getting 5 damage through. 2 of that going to the armor, so 3 is going to stick. So that buys another round of lifelink needed to actually do something, putting Aaron back up at 7 damage. And as I said, like 1 mana for 3 damage, that's worth it right there. And the passive sort of transfer, if it just gets out heals, that's nice too. Or he's going to choose to run, going to the wizard zone. I wonder if he just wants to attack the wizard. And with only 1 armor, it's just free 3 damage about every round. And we are going to see, looks like the gremlin is going to attack into Aaron. He does a piercing 1, so basically 1 armor, so he's going to deal 2 damage with that 3 dice. It's very normal. But that puts Aaron up to 9 damage. That's starting to get dangerous. And, a big goal, I think, of attacking Aaron is going to be, can I get you to use a heal or a minor heal? 1 damage, of course, coming back. That 1 die did do 2 damage against the gremlin, so that's actually pretty good. So basically, if we look at it right now, you spent 5 on Aaron. I'm not seeing where you are paying. Hang on a second. Did he actually pay for that one? He did not pay. Getting back on a track here. So let's just take a look at the overall expenditure of Aaron and see if this is worth it right now. Aaron costs 5. Then it costs another 4, so we're at 9 mana total. He transferred 3. I'm sorry. He transferred 3. And now he's at 9 damage. He took a 3-die attack. So that's, like about a 3 mana sort of like payoff. Oh yeah, the zap's automatic. And then of course the Gremlin attack did that as well. So I mean, I'd say he did the 2 damage back. This is probably so far worth it for the lifelink. The transfer 3 again. I'm curious to see if we're going to see some sort of regenerate. Let me just check and make sure he paid for the zap. Sharkbait pays 1 mana for Arcane Zap. Yeah, he did it. That's fine. Yeah, the only mana I can see is Hawkeye. Okay, let's check that too. Pays 1 mana, reveals Hawkeye. Pays 1 mana, Arcane Zap. No, he's good. Maybe Devil is having some sort of computer glitch there. Regardless, we're going to see both of these guys pray, it looks like. Putting 2 mana on that temple. Leather Gloves comes out for Devil. Interesting choice to do the gloves first. Sometimes you see pants just because you never know if you want to have other slots for that. Leather Gloves on all sides. And again, that's just cheap mana investment. It looks like Devil spent all of his mana, so it's still pretty good. Because 1 armor is just kind of, it saves you all this hassle of Wallthorn's, shenanigans and things like that. So pretty solid there. I would love to see some sort of regenerate come out. Just because Devil going up to 6 damage is a dangerous spot to be at. In terms of just, if you let it inch up, all of these gremlins are right now in range. And they all do piercing 1. So that's 9 dice coming at you with no armor. That can add up. Suddenly, two boulders on top of that. Which Shark has 17 mana. That could be dangerous. And of course, with the Hawkeye. Just pointing it out that the lifelink, while it is really good, it also sort of makes you super aware of what you need to do. I guess out of Devil, we might see like a regrowth or regrowth belt, Ivarium, Ironvine, the Ironvine come out, or even just a Hand of Imshallah. That'd be a pretty solid one too. Let's see. We're in an upkeep phase. Let's see if he's actually going to transfer any of this damage here. Looks like he's going to pay the 2 mana for Aurora. So that's going to be a total of 6 that he... It looks like 4 he paid so far. So out of the 6, it's almost about to pay off. That being said, I wonder what we're going to see Aurora attack. The Wizard would be a decent choice. He'd get about 2 damage around. I would like to see him go after Gremlins. Just because of the nature of Aurora. I don't think attacking into the gate, unless he has some sort of buff, is going to be a good choice. Then again, at the same time, these Gremlins probably don't want to attack Aurora, so this could be a good opportunity to sort of take out that gate as well. So you can see there's a lot of choices to see where Aurora goes. Either way, she's probably going to be around for a while, which I actually really dig. I normally don't see Aurora get played, and this is sort of a really cool environment for her to be in Arena. Still don't know if he's going to transfer any life. I think it's a good choice personally, but at the same time, I can see why he'd want to just sort of take it out and let Aaron die, or he just wants to heal it. Regardless, we're seeing a card go on to Cassiel. The Devil's only at 8 mana, so that Essence Strain is actually contributing, I think, to some sort of lack of mana. Shark's at 17, and we've been seeing him zap consistently. So that's actually pretty cool that he's playing an economy game by zapping, because 4 dice is better than his punch. He's basically paying a mana to make it so he doesn't have to worry about guards or anything, and that's letting him sort of build up bigger armies. 3 damage is going to be transferred out of Aaron. 4 mana on the gate. We're not going to see any more Gremlins, obviously. We could see green gremlins, but I doubt it. Otherwise, yeah, that's kind of the state of the board right now. I don't know if Devil's actually going to be able to afford any creatures on his temple. Nope, doesn't look like he's going to place anything there. Ah, Devouring Jelly. A few trains of thought with this guy. Against Holy, it gets super dangerous because almost everything has some buff in order to all light attacks in order to like hit him. At the same time, you have Consecrated Ground that can do direct damage, and it's hard for him to sort of get out of there and be effective. At the same time, it's a good counter to Aurora here. In terms of mana cost and how it works, it's pretty solid here in terms of chasing him down. It looks like the real Gremlin's going to attack into Aaron. He's going to roll out of 5 dice. So we saw a giant size get revealed. This is a great play by Shark here. Rolls 5 dice, gets 4 damage through because of that piercing 1. And this was a smart idea. He does not want Aaron to survive here, and it looks like he's probably going to throw everything at him, which Aaron should die unless there's some sort of healing happening this round. Roar's going to activate. This is a big move. Going to move in. And who are you going to attack? No, not going to move in. A little bit of indecisiveness from Devil here, and I think this is actually a really tough choice. He's going to attack the Wizard. Okay. With the Oath Keeper. Rolling in with 4 dice. He's going to do 6 damage. That's pretty nice. Only 4 of it going through because of armor. That's a pretty solid hit. And the nice part about doing these like little hits, even if he doesn't commit right now to killing Sharkbait, is most likely Shark won't heal 4 damage. So depending on how much he commits, there's sort of like a line that a lot of players have where they're like, I'm going to start healing now. And 4 is super not dangerous. Shark's going to continue the aggression against Aaron. And he's going to get an extra 2 damage against him, putting him up to 12 out of 15. And then following it up with an Arcane Zap, 4 dice. Probably won't kill him. Rolls 4. So that puts him up to 14 out of 15 damage. This is right near death. Even if Devil had planned to heal Aaron, he may not want to right now. It is a little bit of a shame because Lifelink being lost is an extra spellbook point. That being said, think about all the damage Aaron has taken for only that mana investment we were talking about earlier. It's still probably worth it. Then again, these gremlins are just sort of ripping him apart. It looks like Aaron's just going to say, you know what, I'm going to attack your mage. Let's just see what happens. Sword of the Last Watch comes in. They all have cool sword names. The Sword of the Last Watch dealing a whole 0 damage on 1 die. That's fine. It's by moving to the left, he also makes Shark commit creatures here rather than here. So that makes him pay an extra mana to teleport next round. Great. Oh no, the Gremlin rolls 0. Shark has been a little bit ahead in terms of damage and his die. So this is sort of like balancing out, I think, that RNG, which is normal in this game. And it looks like we're just going to see some praying happening here. And the classic wizard punch to the face to kill Aaron. Wizards are great at punching. It's a whole punch that kills this old man. I guess it's okay because the wizard's kind of an old man too. So old man versus old man violence is acceptable, I guess. I don't know. It's not... I guess in the Mage Wars world, this is normal. And looks like we're going to see another praying, bring that temple up to 5. That stockpiling is important because you can see really powerful game changer creatures come out of there. And it looks like he's just going to heal with the Assyrian Cleric. This is a solid choice here. He gets 2 healing out of 1 die. And, the Assyrian Cleric's been healing this whole time, so he's pretty much paid for himself by now. Just because, 2 healing is worth about 2 mana. He's prayed at least 3 times, so about 5 mana is right. And if he keeps getting healing out of it, it's going to be worth it. These gremlins are all starting to pay for themselves in terms of the damage they've done. So this is kind of why the economy play here is really working out for both players, because, I mean, yeah, Devil lost Aaron, but I wouldn't think that that's the end of the game because he lost Aaron. He didn't spend tons and tons of mana and spell points on it. Royal Armor is going to use his action, and yeah, he's going to commit an armor to Cassiel. This is very standard. Aegis and armor go together so well that one armor with, you know, -1 die. Let's just say these gremlins do get in there. Granted, they're piercing 1, but they're probably not going to be able to do a ton of damage. 2 average around. Blue Gremlin's going to go after the Dawnbreaker Initiate. This is a really smart move. He is going to get 2 damage through. Dawnbreaker's Initiates, they're 5 costs, which is the same as a Syrian Cleric, but, you know, they have 1 less life. So if you can sort of whittle down their damage, it pays off. Devil's going to cast the Witchwood Ironbarrow. The armor's really nice, of course, against the gremlins, but the regen 1 is absolutely what he wants right now. Being at 4 damage, if you've ever seen good holy mages, once they get to about 5, they want to start healing, just because of the danger that Mage Wars has in terms of, I guess, mass dice to sort of kill you instantly. And Shark's been floating mana every round. Granted, he just cast the jelly, so it's a little less this round, but you know, that sort of danger of attack spells is always there. That's going to be the end of the round there. From the chat, who do you think will win this at this moment? I gotta think about that one for a second. Right now, I actually think Shark has a slight edge. Just because I know I was kind of bashing it earlier, but this Upkeep 2 is really allowing him to, you know, have about I would say a 2 to 3 mana gap every round. It's a really nice advantage, and as you can see, like, let's just say there's about a 7 mana difference right now between the two. That's basically a gremlin. And these gremlins have been, you know, it already ripped apart a crystal, which was a channel every round. It destroyed Aaron, which was a good block, but that's not getting those 5 dice does hurt a lot. I could see these gremlins just invading this zone next round, and they'll probably kill the Initiate, and there's really nothing that Devil wants to teleport. I could see, of course, there could be a guard on Brogan, and then he teleports here, but then that leaves this open. Let's just say if a Brogan comes out. If these gremlins manage to sort of rip apart these 2 clerics, that's going to mean that Devil has to sort of play... He has to do something that's going to play a card. And I would love to see like a Consecrated Ground go here. And probably some bigger creatures come out here, like Knight of Westlocks, that are harder to kill. I could see a Minor Teleport or some sort of teleport spell on the Devouring Jelly to start going after the Dawnbreaker. And that's going to be a good answer. I would say this Jelly, if it can take out the Aura in, let's just say, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, then suddenly Shark's going to have the advantage there. So you can sort of see that, I guess right now, Shark is on the attack, and he has a great setup to do it. 9 dice going into this zone here. Oh, that'd be fantastic. This Jelly just being in the zone... I removed his action marker, my bad. This Jelly being in the wizard zone is just going to be good to keep Aura away. And Aura now has to sort of chase all these other guys in order to keep up. So Devil really has to sort of play a good reaction here. The nice part about Devil right now is he has Regenerate. He has Cassiel. So he has plays to make things happen. He just needs the damage to come out. Which with the Temple, it's lined up to do it. From the chat, I say Shark only because I think the Wizard's very strong in games longer. It goes on with Dispel, Nullify, Teleport. Yeah, I mean, the Wizard having those things in school is really good. Knowing Shark, he probably doesn't have that many Dispels or Nullifies. But he has the creatures, which arcane creatures are insanely good. Now, that being said, I mean, the Holy has a lot of answers to what the Arcane has. I mean, Dazes alone can just sort of ruin your day, because, you know, wizards tend to have bigger creatures, minus the gremlins. You know, let's get back to this game here. Looks like we're going to see a Royal Archer come out for Devil. That's cool. And it is going to have a guard marker because it is free. How do I feel about that Royal Archer? These gremlins could come up and just rip apart that archer. I feel like we're going to need something defensive here. And I would actually love to see Devil play just an Assyrian Cleric and just give it a guard. I mean, these guys are meant to sort of just be meat shields and mana generators, so I think right now would be a good call for that. That being said, Devil's going to commit to actually hitting the wizard again. Going to roll 4 dice. He gets 1 through. A little bit below average there. And that's going to be actually... I don't actually really agree with that. I think he should be going after these gremlins. That being said, it looks like Devil wants to try to commit to killing these the wizard. Which is always sort of a... You need to commit if you want that to work. Blue Gremlin is going to start going after this archer. The archer is really what has the dice in the field right now for Devil. Rolls 3 dice, is going to get 2 through. Love to see an armor come out of this archer. Or an armorer put an armor on the archer. The counterattack is going to happen with the knife. If he chooses to defend here, that's actually... Oh, he's not going to choose to use a defense. Gets 3 damage here, and this is why Consecrated Ground is pretty good. Because passively getting an extra damage here while healing here is nice. It's 5 mana basically to have a bunch of swings in different ways. Alright, so it is going to be Devil's turn. The Royal Armor is going to choose to guard. Okay, this is actually a pretty cool choice as well. It just forces him to spread out the things. Again, if he has a Consecrated Ground, this is 2 damage now. And now it's going to heal 2. And you can see why Consecrated Ground is kind of a cool tactic against swarms. And I just love to see it. I'm going to keep talking about it because I just love Consecrated Ground. Royal Armor is going to come back with a giant Forge Hammer. The defense is going to be used, and this is why Blue Gremlin is pretty cool. Just that innate 8 up causes him to just block an extra damage. This does open him up to sort of these sort of clerics coming up and attacking in, which is probably a good idea. I'm going to say it's probably a good idea. But, I mean, this is a real fight right here, man. We're going to see a Praying come out for the Dawnbreaker Initiate. That's fine. I think getting more mana for more creatures is a solid move. And it looks like Shark's going to commit to killing this tower here. Or, I'm sorry, the temple. Get an Acid Ball first. This is sort of passively getting the damage, or I should say, passively getting the damage through to take out this temple. It didn't do any damage this time. That's fine. But it did do the 2 corrodes is what he needed. Puts the temple down to 1 armor. So with piercing 1, he's going to get 3 dice through. And it is going to deal 3 damage. On 5 dice, though. Ooh, that's a little bit below. But again, giant size. At least he got 3. Could have done less based on that. But that puts the temple up to 3 damage. I mean, this game is still going strong for both parties, and I think by taking out the temple, that's really going to help action starve Devil. And the thing about the temple is we're seeing another Gremlin going for 3 dice. I'll finish my thought here in a second. Oh no, Shark rolling 1 damage out of 3 dice. That's so 4 damage so far has been lost on this, and it only has 9 and it has 4 damage, so it would almost be dead right now. Not going to kill it this round yet. A little bit unfortunate. Regardless, he'll probably want to get it next round. The Remove Curse comes out. And okay, so he's casting Remove Curse onto the just whatever. And the reason why this is a cool move is let me just pull it up here. And Joe's gonna move over. The reason why this is a cool move is because most likely Shark doesn't have a curse, although against Shark, I guess it's very possible he has curses. But he does gain 2 mana on his mage, so that sort of conversion just lets Devil commit to some other play. So I'm wondering what he's gonna cast that extra mana on if he had a good idea here. And let's see, he's gonna cast something. He pays 5 mana. He's gonna cast the Hand of Bim. This is just a really good card for any mage. Even Dark Mages, I think, have a use for it. 5 mana for basically about a 1 mana swing every round is gonna work. Leather Vest coming out. Seen a lot of leather come out of that. Well, that's a good choice. He did spend that mana from Remove Curse to turn it into things, so I really think that was a cool move. And it looks like Shark wants to commit to this. I don't blame him. He's going to Arcane Zap this temple here. He has 4 dice. It probably won't kill it, but let's see if the dice even... It does 4 damage. That's average. And temple has 1 mana left. Means Devil's probably going to want to cast one more thing, and then this thing's going to be toast. Oh, I'm sorry. This has 1 armor. Yeah, so it's at 2 away from death. That's going to be the end of the round there. Man, this is an action-packed round. So all of these gremlins, I'm just going to point this out. For anyone that's interested in holy plays, the holiest of plays, Consecrated Ground. I'm going to go on a little tangent here. Imagine if he had prepped a Consecrated Ground because he knew he was going to cast Royal Archer. Generally, when players have Royal Archer, you just see people swarm in. They want to kill that because they don't want that 4 dice piercing 1 attack. Also, with the 1 armor, 9 health, it's a solid kill in terms of 12 mana. A Consecrated Ground here costs you 5 mana. 3 if you cast it from Cassiel off your mage then. Imagine this. That 5 mana investment, it's going to deal 4 damage and heal 2. That's a 6 life swing for 5 mana. This round alone, these guys would be at 1. These guys would be, this guy would be almost dead. These guys would start getting damage. And then next round, if they stay in that zone, that's extra damage, extra life. I would have loved to have seen a Consecrated Ground here. That being said, let's move on. Devil has 9 mana. He has 4 onto his temple and 3 on Cassiel. He's got a pretty good amount of mana here. He's probably going to want to spend a lot of it on a level 3, level 2 creature, because this temple's probably going to die. The temple dying is going to be dangerous for Shark, because now you're going to deal with these guys as well. Not having anything left, they're going to move up and start hitting things. By casting a level 3 creature, he probably won't have much mana left, which means that Cassiel will probably not cast anything, or cast something like... I mean, I guess you could do Consecrated Ground. Or a Minor Heal, but I don't really see that. If Shark basically goes in with 1 Gremlin and kills this, he now has like 9 passive dice he can use against these guys. He can probably take out Royal Archer. So this could be a sort of crumbling situation for Devil. And really, I think this game, this round right here, it could spell disaster for Devil. Could spell it. That being said, let's just see how Shark commits to this. Let's see from the chat. Thoughts on Aurora being underused? Good. Let me think about that. So 12 mana. It's 1 off from Knight of Westlock. And Knight of Westlock, it's the same spellbook cost. You get 3 armor. I think you get 1 life difference. I'm not sure. I think Knight of Westlock's 10 health. And you also get a defense, and you get 5 die attack. Granted, you don't get the minor creatures or pests and the Aegis 2. And, at the same time, I know it doesn't matter in this game, but you can also do things like, you know, Holy Avenger and stuff. So, I think Aura versus Knight of Westlock is a weird trade. Obviously, I think... Well, I don't know if it's obvious. I'm not sure if Aura is better than Knight of Westlock against minor creatures. Like, granted, the Aegis 2 probably means you're not going to take damage, but with the defense and the extra armor... I don't know. They're pretty even, and I think there's a 1 mana difference with Aura being cheaper. That sort of makes it balanced. I think it's really ultimately up to preference. Like, obviously against the Pest you have a bigger advantage, but Knight of Westlock has, in general, good stats against everything, whereas the Aegis 2 only counting against minor creatures is kinda it. Once per round, if the Priestess casts and resolves. I do not think so. Do I gain life for remove curse? Yeah. That being said, Lightning 2 is on the Knight of Westlock. So, I mean, you don't see Lightning against a lot of mages, but, I mean, Wizards obviously have it. Especially with like Lightning Raptor and stuff like that. It's kind of a trade-off there. I personally think you should go with Knight of Westlock over Aurora, but I think using Aurora isn't a bad choice. That being said, we have a White-Click Knight out. And it looks like Shark is just going to passively attack this temple here. He's going to zap it. Deals the damage he needs to. That temple's gone! And, of course, with the Gate of Voltari still active... oh, man, that's dangerous. This puts Shark, I think, in a very clear lead. I think Shark definitely has a good chance of winning here. That being said, all of these guys moving in, they could quickly kill these gremlins. You know, if Devil gets a few lucky dice... not even luck. He actually has pretty good damage that he could deal. He could quickly do that sort of thing. I think this Aurora should have been attacking these gremlins the whole time. It looks like that's what Devil's trying to do. He's trying to bring him in to sort of get extra dice out. And it looks like he also did that so that the Devouring Jelly couldn't attack it. This Devouring just going to slop his way over. I mean, he gets in this zone, and that's going to be super dangerous for Devil. That being said, the corrodes aren't that big of a deal. Just because the Priestess has the restore ability. And these gremlins are going to just say, what can we kill right now? Dawnbreaker's Initiate. Bam. Shark not being lucky goes in with 3 dice, deals 2 damage to the Initiate. He's going to have to commit another gremlin there. Spreading out, I don't think is a bad choice here. Just because of that Consecrated Ground thing I was saying earlier. Alright. You guys are going to have to give me 1 second here. Sorry about that, everyone that's watching. I have a slight cold. Gotta make sure I don't just sneeze up the channel. Okay, let's see what happens. It looks like a gremlin came down. Looks like it killed the Dawnbreaker Initiate. There was no teleport. I actually would have teleported Aurora here, just because it's free. But then again, maybe he wants to commit to still going after that dude. The Assyrian Cleric goes into... the Gremlin here, and it looks like he dealt 3 damage to this Gremlin. That's pretty good, actually, for the Cleric. And then another Gremlin comes down and just sort of takes out this guy. This is why Gremlins are so good. Against lower level holy creatures, they rip them apart. It's like that piercing 1 really makes a big difference in what that 3 dice can do. That being said, it is Devil's turn. He has a lot of options here, so I guess we're going to see what happens here. This White Cloak Knight defending is really dangerous for... Oh no, looks like this Dawnbreaker Initiate didn't die. He just moved up. That's pretty cool. I like that. I mean, sacrificing the Assyrian Cleric over the Dawnbreaker Initiate, I could see it. Archer's going to shoot. Piercing 1 against 2 armor. He deals 5, so 4 goes through, 3 of that being absorbed by the Voltaic Shield, and 1 of that going to the ultimate thing. That's why Wizards are so good. They have this natural ability just to sort of defend against attacks. That being said, Shark going up to 6. That does start going up there. I usually start freaking out personally when I get to 10 damage. I know a lot of players wait to like 20, but 10 damage is super weird to be at damage-wise in the game. So, Shark's going to pay 6 mana and teleport. This Archer's now afraid for its life. This Jelly being here. I missed a Gargoyle Sentry coming out. I apologize for that. Gargoyle Sentry with the Intercept. I don't know if it's better than Guardian Angel, but it's certainly on a level that you would see with Guardian Angel. I mean, the healing's not there, but at the same time, usually the Gargoyle lets you have enough time to do what you need to do. Sharkbait's going to attack that Royal Archer with the Jelly, and he's going to get 3 damage through and a corrode. This is, standard here. We'll probably see Sharkbait just zap this guy to death next round. And this is kind of why you don't see a lot of Royal Archers. The 1 armor, 9 life is just not really good for 12 mana. I mean, we saw an Assyrian Cleric earlier that had 1 armor, 6 life. So for 5 mana, like, compare that. Like, a lot of people say that Assyrian Cleric's bad, but I think that's actually really good life totals. On top of that, though, Royal Archer, not that survivable. Looks like Aurora's gonna reveal a Blessed Focus on Aurora. That's gonna put her up to 5. Yeah, 5 dice, piercing 1. And I love Blessed Focus, man. It's so cheap. And you can cast it off of Cassiel if you want. Oh, no, I'm sorry, you can't. But, it just sort of like makes players want to go after her. And he only spent 2 mana on it. Rolling 6 dice. He's going to get 7 damage through with 6 dice. Holy cow. Of course, there being 1 armor, so he rolled 8. But that puts Shark at 13 now. And, again, a lot of people don't think about 13 being too dangerous, but that's starting to get at that point that you could lose in 1 round. Blue Gremlin's going to come in. He wants to take out this Archer, and he rolls 3, gets 3. It's going to put him up to 8 out of 9. That's a really unfortunate number to be at, because it's like, do I want to commit a zap to it? And usually you do. But what this also does is the Gremlins now at least spread out here. I would love to see... I don't know, the Royal Archer's just going to run in. This is really good for Shark. I mean, this Devouring Jelly here, the more targets he sees, the happier he is. And Gargoyle Sentry is going to guard here. What I like about the Sentry, the armor 3, tough -3 with 14 life. So good. Like, he is just a little tank, and if you ever have, like a 4-die creature, you don't want to attack this guy. Like, you'll do like 1 damage, 2 damage. Against 14 life, that's going to take you forever. Cassiel's going to move in. Curious why he moved. Let's see what he does. I know, he's just going to move and just chill. That's going to be the end of the round. As I said, I think Shark has an advantage to this game now. but I don't think the game's quite over yet. I think there's a lot of things that Devil could do that could quickly change things around. And a lot of these gremlins, this is why gremlins are so good, because they're spread out in damage, and now he has just this little 9-die piercing one little fast mobile force that can sort of hit these guys, hit these guys. It's like this is a really strong play by Shark. So let's have a look here. Devil's going to be at 10 mana. Shark's going to be at 15 mana with 8 on the gate. So I guess I'd love to see maybe a Gorgon Archer come out. We could see more sentries. I mean, at this point in time, even a Hydra wouldn't be terrible if you can take care of this armor here. Yeah, so I think I'm going to let them plan. And I'm probably going to cut this out of the final video, but yeah, anyone that's watching live gets to enjoy the silence. Alright, looks like we're going to be moving on to deployment phase. Write this down. 49 minutes. Okay, so Gorgon Archer comes out for Shark. Again, Arcane creatures are really good. The weeks is not as big of a deal because we have the Priestess out. She can remove those casually. But it's the dice that comes out that's going to be super good. And Shark still has a 4 mana on top of it. He's going to use one of that. I'm sorry, he had 5. And he just pops off the Archer. And the Archer took a lot of hits. I'm not sure if it was worth the 12 mana, but still was pretty good. Her lifeblood spills upon the arena floor. Yikes. Shark's going to choose to activate the Voltaic Shield. That's a good choice. Just because there's a lot of action here going on. Devil's at 8 mana. I mean, that Essence Drain is really having an effect on this match. And basically what we've seen Shark is he's systemically taking down the economy. He's taking out the creatures. And he's just sort of getting a bigger and bigger advantage. And now he's going to go after this Royal Armor. Again, that 1 armor is 6 life. That's a very cool amount to have for 5 mana. That being said, the Gremlins, their might is too good, and he takes that guy out. That leaves Aurora by herself here. And yeah, I mean, we have Dawnbreaker, the White Cloak Knight, and then 2 casters. That's pretty much it. And Devil hasn't taken any damage because he has that Iron Vine, but this damage is going to start stacking up very fast. Devil's going to pass. I mean, I think going after Aurora just to take down that Blessed Focus would be a good choice. But no, he's going to go after the White Cloak Knight. He should be able to kill White Cloak Knight. Maybe. Well, now with that roll, he's going to get 1 damage through. 4 dice is coming back. Oh, I'm sorry, he has piercing 1, so 2 damage goes through. That's pretty good. The Gleaming Sword. Blue Gremlin does not defend itself, and the Gleaming Sword is going to deal 4 damage all the way through. Wow, so I mean, failed his defense, and then his armor didn't do anything. So that's just that's a Blue Gremlin fail. That being said, this is a really good play. I mean, basically, White Cloak Knight and Aurora are like the only damage factors that are on this map right now. Alright, and Yeah, so Dawnbreaker Initiate's going to go in. It looks like he wants to take out this this blue gremlin. Man, he cannot get a break. He rolls 2 normal damage on 3 dice. With the 1 armor, it's only going to deal 1 damage. I mean, it should have dealt 2, but it is what it is. So that puts him up to 5. These guys are all at 5. And again, remember I was talking about Consecrated Ground earlier? This is an excellent example of how that little bit of damage you get could just sort of sway the whole match. The other Blue Gremlin Knight comes in. He's going to deal 2 more damage to this Knight of Westlock. Putting up to 4 out of 8. And yeah, he's just going to commit to try to kill his Gremlin. I mean, this is a losing match for Devil here, because these Gremlins should win. But I guess he probably wants to take out as many Gremlins as he can. So that's one of the Gremlins that goes down. I would love to see him retreat and regroup here and just try and get his bearings here. This blue Gremlin's going to come in, 3 dice. Probably won't kill him. Yeah, so it does 3. So that's going to leave the White Cloak Knight at 1 remaining life. And the Zap's already used, but I could see next round the Zap being what kills this Knight. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's yeah, he's gonna start retreating with Aurora. And I mean to be in Devil's spot right now is not easy to get out of. I guess he could try to just focus down Shark, because we only see 2 life. We don't see a vet belt, 2 armor. I mean, so he could actually deal quite a bit of damage. That being said, staying in the zone is just not going to work. And of course, there's the Guardian Sentry, so or Gargoyle. So you know you can't even use boulders effectively. Cassiel's going to use Remove Curse again. That's going to give 2 extra mana to Devil. Again, he's probably not going to need it. But what is Devil going to use that 2 mana for? Is kind of what I'm wondering. All right. So here's the quick cast. Consecrated Ground. Nope. Pillar of Righteous Flame. Interesting choice here to do it here. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Let's see. So he's probably going to. Who does he want to attack? He probably wants to attack the jelly. Oh, but he's going to go after the Gargoyle. I mean, he doesn't have to. Wow, he gets all crits. That's pretty sweet. So he gets all crits in a daze. He didn't actually choose to attack anything else. So, I mean, the guard doesn't get removed because it wasn't intercepted. It was just straight up attacked. That being said, I mean, 5 damage on a sentry is really nice. Priest is going to go in. This is a smart move. I mean, anytime your mage gets a chance to punch things, it saves on mana, and it gets dice out there. Granted, the Gargoyle did defend itself. Little unfortunate. That's why Gremlins... I'm sorry, Gremlin, not Gargoyle. That's why Gremlins are so good. But, you know, you have to put the chance out there, and eventually you'll get it. So, I mean, that's going to wrap up everything in terms of this round. He didn't intercept it. So the guard isn't actually gone. So that means during the next round, when this is removed, this doesn't have to intercept it. Unfortunate rules thing there, but that is what it is. That being said, I mean, he got 5 damage. Granted, if he went after this guy, he would have gotten 5 damage, which would have been so nice. That's fine. It is what it is. I think it's just so normal to be like, alright, he would intercept, so I'm just going to attack him right now because that's just going to happen. But, you know, you really have to ask and call it out. And I think that also has to do kind of with how guards work. You know, a lot of players, if they have like multiple guards, they'll go, I'm going to attack this guard, instead of letting your opponent decide. But intercept doesn't, it's sort of like another step on top of that, which, you know, in Mage Wars, which is such a complicated game, like it's hard to remember all that stuff at once. Alright, so there's one spell cast, so this gate's going to have 3 mana on it. Enough to cast a creature. Shark has 16 mana total. We have a pillar roll to do. We have an essence drain to do. I want to know what's going to happen to these gremlins. He's taken out one. It's thinned the herd a little, but I mean, they can still kill White Cloak Knight. It's very easy, and it is Sharkbait's initiative. I could see him moving to the right one and then just Arcane zapping the Knight. I almost don't know if I agree with that choice, but he might just kill it with the Gremlin. That's probably the best way to do it. Alright, so we are going to see a target on the wizard with Pillar of Righteous Flame. An intercept does go down. 4 dice is rolled. He's going to get 3. I mean, that's 3 damage in the Gargoyle sentry. That's pretty good. I mean, when you're looking at 4 armor against 4 dice, you'll maybe get a damage, maybe 2. So, I mean, getting 3 damage through is nice. The days from last round went away because he guarded. And, I mean, this is kind of a waste of Pillar, but at the same time, he's gotten for 9 mana a ton of damage through. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to break and cut the video, and when it's live, of course, we'll hear this. But while they decide on stuff, the people watching the VODs won't. Alright, looks like we're going to be getting back here in a second. Okay, so Gargoyle Sentry comes out. The gate. Solid choice considering this one's almost dead. And, you know, this is just ensuring Shark's survival. Just for reference, this video, it'll probably be out, like, tomorrow. I'm guessing. I just have some editing to do, and then I'll release it. You have a match with Shark? Yeah, I'll be there for that. Get a Voltari, get some mana, because a Priestess decided to mend. 5, ooh, wow. Rolls 3 dice, gets 5 healing onto the White Cloak Knight, that's pretty good. Interesting choice that he chose his mage to do that. I wonder what Cassiel has. And it looks like we saw an enchantment go down onto Sharkbait's wizard. Kiro's Favor, maybe? Could be like a Bear Strength. Could be a lot of stuff, I guess, but probably something like that. Shark's going to try to commit to killing this White Cloak. I'm sorry, Dawnbreaker's Initiate, because it's almost dead. He rolls 3 dice, gets 1 damage. That's enough to kill the Dawnbreaker Initiate. Now, does he want to teleport something? I could see Aurora getting teleported. May not be necessary, but, you know. I think he's thinking about it. And this Dawnbreaker Initiative totally paid for itself. It prayed a lot, it did a ton of damage, and then it died in this weird gremlin claw attack. It died as it lived, fighting gremlins. He wants to figure out if he wants to teleport. He doesn't really have many choices. It's basically these 2 creatures. Which, I mean, it's his round right now, so he could just move the other one over, too. But it is a pretty tough choice. I could see him doing Cassiel, just because there's no point in having her out in the open like this. I mean, open to... yeah. Moving Cassiel back to Dawnbreaker, so that's a teleport there. It just gets him out of Gargoyle and Arcane Zap range, which is always a good choice. And it's gonna be Devil's turn. So, does he pass? Does he move Aurora in? I think moving here and going after the gremlins is probably a good choice. That being said, the longer the devil waits, the worse it's going to be when he actually chooses to fight. Because it's already not good, but... ooh, sorry about that. It's already not good, but it's just going to keep getting like compoundingly bad. Like this Gorgon moving over 1. He's just going to lay into this zone. Gremlin's going to go down and attack this Altar of the Iron Guard. I think he just doesn't want to attack Aurora for 1 die, so cool choice there. He's going to get 3 damage through on 3 dice, which is really good. That's 1 extra. And this is just sort of passively killing stuff. I actually wonder if attacking the Hand of Bim would have been the better choice. But either way, it's good. And Blue Gremlin's going to be attacked by the Priestess. And the Blue Gremlin, the little defense champion. And I think this is like very characteristic of what gremlins are. And that is like the slippery little like little annoyances that are just like always in your face. They just sort of like claw you. They, as I said earlier, they kind of needle you, then they get out. Might see some judgment out of Cassiel. Arcane Zap against Cassiel. Yeah, so he's committing to killing Cassiel, basically. He's going to roll 3 dice because there is an Aegis one. And he gets 3 crit. Wow. This is 1 above on that guy. I guess he has 5 mana. Let's see what she ends up doing. He's going to pass. And we're just going to see a slow moving in. This is kind of the march of death here. See the guard. 2, and there's 2 here, so Devil has to make a move now. I mean, I think taking out the Gremlin's probably a good choice. Oh. He's going to go after this Gremlin. This is risky. That defense is still there. It's also not almost dead. And he gets the defense. Dude, Shark. Those Gremlins, man, they are just... That has to be demoralizing when you're a Devil. Like 3 in a row. Like, he cannot take these things out. He has missed a few defenses, but that sort of phrase is clearly like a, oh man, I am not able to get through this. And you know, when I say that this is the best creature out of core, I mean, it's still like top 5 out of the whole game, like best creature. It's such a good creature. Shark saying he's minus 15 on dice rolls. But that's pretty funny. Yeah, it looks like Blue Grum's going to come in. He's going to swipe at this Temple of Bim. I think it's a good idea taking this out. This is always worth... It always pays off. Like, every game I've ever seen, it's paid off. He gets 1 damage through. Cassiel's going to pray again, giving 2 mana to Devil. I mean, this is like basically a little mana crystal battery going on right there. I would still love to see Consecrated Ground. Like, you know, even running 2 of them, you can deal a good amount of damage and stuff. Like, a lot of these creatures would have, you know, 0 damage on them. A lot of these other creatures would either be dead or they wouldn't be dealing as much damage as we see because they're avoiding it. And I think that's kind of like one of the most apparent things that I think Devil could have done in this game. And I'm saying like it's over. It's not, but it kind of is. Gorgon Archer is not going to move. Probably because of this Pillar of Righteous. I don't actually agree with that. Regenerate 2, you don't have to fear the Pillar. It's just like, okay, I'll take a couple damage and that's it. Why did Cass heal 1? Yeah, Cass should not have healed 1. Was it this? Is he not going to use this? I guess he's not going to use it. I mean, okay, alright. And, Devil's not stupid. He's not stupid at all. Devil actually plays a lot of great games. And this is actually a really good game. Alright. I will be right back. Hello, you're there. Okay. Looks like we are back into it. Did I not mute my mic? I'm sorry. For anyone that might have heard my cat. My cat likes to run around when I'm not in the room and knock everything over. Yes, this one. Okay, so we're back in this game here. Seeing, let's see here. Did he cast another Gargoyle? No. Looks like he didn't cast anything here. But we do see a Brogan Bloodstone come out. This would have been a great creature in the beginning of the game. Instead of Aura, I would have loved to see Brogan out. Both of them deal with gremlins in their own way. But Brogan would have been a great way to just kill them. You give them a bear strength, and these things go down pretty quickly. That being said, gremlins are still causing a havoc here. This one just takes out the Temple of the Iron Guard. Not before it gives a guard to Brogan, of course. And of course, Brogan being out means that a lot of interesting things. Because basically that means the gremlins are just going to be like waiting to attack, sort of thing. This gremlin's going to be attacked by the White Cloak Knight. The gremlin, of course, gets its defense, because why wouldn't the gremlin get its defense? I swear, every time I play Wizard and I play Gremlins, this exact same thing happens. It's such a good creature. Like, 8 up, it shouldn't be getting this many defenses, but it is. And, like, giving yourself the opportunity to do that is why you play Gremlin. He's going to pay the mana. He's going to teleport over here. He wants to take out this temple. This is just sort of an all-encompassing destruction of Devil here. He looks like he's going to deal, what, 3 damage? Yeah, 3 damage is going to go through, leaving this at 1 left. This other Gremlin's going to take it out. And my cat's going to, of course, knock over my mic here. Yes, hello, cat. I've got an attack of my own creatures here, apparently. So, I mean, we have Aura, we have White Cloak Knight and Brogan. This is actually a pretty cool little troop. Just with the Gorgon Archer mixed with a Devouring Jelly, and then all of these other support things around them. It's like they're gonna close in and just deal the damage here. Quickly using up this temple to heal 1 off of Cassiel. Good choice there. Or he's gonna come down here, and it looks like he's gonna take a pot shot at this blue gremlin. That's a smart move. I mean, he's gotta fail sometime. Statistically, he won't take out. I'm sorry, he has Blessed Focus. He has Piercing 1. But no! The Blue Gremlin team, they must have trained super hard on how to dodge swords. Because every sword that comes at their way, or punch, I guess, they just get out. Man, this is like, it's like the cavalry here that just is, they're riding around, killing everything around, and then as soon as something gets dangerous, they just get out of the way. So cool. That being said, this gremlin is going to go in. They really aren't dealing a ton of damage here. This one rolls all blanks and 3 dice, not taking out this Hannah Bim. That's unfortunate for Shark. There's just a lot of nothing happening right now. But that's good at the same time for Shark because his economy is so far ahead. I mean, we just have a base 10 channel mage in Cassiel. That's all that Devil has. So, not looking good for Devil. That being said, this Devouring Jelly is going to go in the zone and wait. This is sort of like the slow creep of death. Like, now that he's in this zone, Devil really needs to think about how he's going to do anything because slowly but surely all these things are going to start taking out damage and being taken out. Oop. I keep pulling this up. I'm sorry. Kira's favorite in every book. I love it. So anyway, this move by the Gorgon Archer, moving in the zone, is going to cost him 4 damage. It's not a big deal. It regenerates 2. He might get 1 more attack off of this, but this is not going to die anytime soon, and most likely the Priestess moving into Boulder or whatever just won't be worth it. That being said, Sharkbait equips the Elemental Wand. Always a smart choice here. And this is just going to be a, like, looks like Lightning Bolt. Yep. Lightning Bolt, 7 dice against 4 armor. I'm sorry, 8 dice with a Hawkeye. Shark looks like does not have enough mana to actually Akiro. That being said, he rolled 9 damage with the stun. 4 of that only going through. I'm sorry, 8 damage. But he does get stunned, removing this card marker. And, man, Devil's not in a good spot right now. Like, the stun with the damage is just not good. And this is kind of why Wizards are really good. And, I mean, Devil's saying how you predict that. I mean, honestly, like, he had an Elemental Wand. He probably has an Arc Lightning in there, too, somewhere. Would not surprise me. But it's just either or. It was a good choice. And it's not like he had to choose Lightning Bolt beforehand. He just chose Elemental Wand. Which, that's just kind of what this game is. So the stun here is for Brogan. That puts him in a awful position to sort of make any sort of comeback. Cassiel's going to cast the Mend on Brogan. He gets 2 out of the 3. Like, literally every single thing in this round, Devil has just, like, more hits on his, like, moral of this game. Pretty sure you lose your guard marker. I'm going to look it up just to be sure. I think you're incapacitated when you get stunned. And let me just look that up really quick. Because you're incapacitated, I'm pretty sure that's why you remove it. That being said, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, so let's just... Stun. Creature's incapacitated. Yep. So, like, you hit the ground when you're stunned, and therefore you can't be guarding and stunned at the same time. Incapacitated creature adding actions, cannot counter-strike, use defenses, cannot guard, remove any guards. So, yeah. Just for verification, yes. Anyway, Pillar does go off. It rolls 4 dice. It rolls 7 damage on 4 dice and inflicts 6, and the daze. So that's actually pretty good. The Gorgon is gonna regen 2, putting up at 8. I mean, even if this guy dies, it's really not that big of a waste. That being said, this Pillar did so much damage, not only to the Gorgon but also that Gargoyle. So props to this card, man. That being said, I think it's too little too late right now. We're going to have to wait and see. But it's not looking good. And I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we are back. Looks like Shark isn't going to deploy anything on this Gate of Voltari. So, I mean, let's look at this board really quick. He's got Gremlins everywhere. He's got Devouring Jelly in the zone that Devil's protecting. He's got a Gorgon Archer and a wand. Shark is ready to just deal a massive amount of damage in this game. And yeah, he didn't take out this Hand of Bimshla this time, but he's going to probably with this guy. Looks like Brogan's going to get enchanted. Now, this could be a Bear Strength. Could be an Eye for an Eye. My personal favorite is Restore, just because that 10 extra life really adds up. That being said, we're going to see Devouring Jelly go after Brogan. And not going to get any crowed on that, but he does get damage through. So, I mean, it's an attack. It's not that big of a deal here. Now, if I were Shark, I would actually do the Lightning Bolt to try and eep out this Eye for an Eye, if that's what it is. If you stun yourself, then you just use your action and use whatever spell you prepped. That's probably, you know, like a heal for the Gargoyle or something like that. Being said, White Cloak Knight is going to come down here. He's going to go after this Blue Gremlin. If this Blue Gremlin defends, the Shark has the best things ever. It does not this time. But 4 dice going in. It shouldn't kill the Gremlin. Rolls. Oh, actually, he did roll exactly enough. So that Gremlin is dead. Rolling, of course, 5 damage total on that White Cloak Knight. I mean, this guy's really paid for himself really nicely. Granted, he's had some extra stuff into him, but he's a good creature. Gorgon Archer is going to attempt to shoot in. Fails his daze, so that Pillar, of course, is paying for itself a little bit more. But, I mean, really, this Gorgon Archer is just kind of like, if it dies, it dies. It's not a big deal. It's just kind of free damage everywhere on the board right now. Looks like, yeah, Devil wants to move to these corner pieces just to get out of the way of the Gorgon. I don't blame him for that. He's going to even pay mana to get Brogan to retreat a little bit. That being said, we see the Ring of Lightning come out. I love this ring, man. Wizard was my first mage I ever played, and I played an Air Wizard. And, oh man, this is such a cool combo to do here. And then the Eye for Eye is going to get revealed here. Now, keep in mind, Sharkbait's still at 13 damage. So, that's dangerous. And it looks like he's going to roll 10 damage on 9 dice. And he is going to get a stun. 6 of the damage is going to go through. And that's because of the 4 armor. And, of course, the Wizard's now going to take 6 damage and be stunned. This is kind of why I actually was thinking that if he did during his quick cast, he could remove the stun this round. That being said, Shark's now at 19 damage out of 32. That is starting to get dangerous. I think he needs to surround himself with these Gargoyle sentries just so he can be safe. Or he's going to move up. Probably attack this jelly. Yep. And that's going to be 5 dice against resilience. Nothing. I think we've all felt the pain when you just can't do critical things. And this aura is like that right now. Gremlin's going to start moving in. He wants to take out this Brogan. I don't blame him. I mean, Cassiel is his only chance for actually saving it. Looks like 2 damage is going to go into Brogan. He needs 1 more and he's dead. Shark does have the mana to get this Gremlin in as well. And we might see Cassiel just guard. Yep, we're going to see the guard just to make sure that Brogan doesn't die here. This Gargoyle is going to move in and just finish off this Hand of Bimshla with its stone fists. I always imagine just like a Gargoyle has giant fists and it's just like pounding on whatever it's attacking. That being said, the Gargoyle rolled 2 normal damage. That's not enough. This Bimshla is like the most hardy temple ever. Brogan's going to activate and remove his stun. Now for now, needs to get discarded. And this is Shark's chance to actually finish off this Hand of Bim. That's probably his best choice. Needs to get 2 damage minimum. He gets it. The temple is down. And another little asset for Devil to sort of have his impending doom happening here. So yeah, that's the end of the round there. Oh, what a game right now. So Shark is stunned. So that means he's not going to be able to use his attack spell during the first quick cast. This gives, because of initiative, Devil a chance now to actually heal Brogan a little bit. That being said, the Sharkbait has 19 damage on him out of 32. And Devil's been kind of chipping away at Shark's total life the whole game. Like, you've seen Aura just kind of like deal 2 damage and then, you know, deal 2 more damage. And that's sort of left Shark in this higher damage situation. But it didn't all happen at once. So it's sort of elusive how he sort of just now has 19 damage. And when it comes to Mage Wars, getting 14 damage to finish him off, or 13, is not that hard. So I guess what I'd like to see out of Shark is for him to play more defensively, maybe get some sort of regenerate out. We haven't actually seen anything out of this. I think it's Akira's favor. So, I mean, Devil's at 10 mana. He's got to get through first off a Gargoyle, and then he has to go deal with 2 armor. That's not the worst thing in the world to do. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see exactly how he plans on doing it. Devil's taking his time. It looks like Shark knows what he's doing. He's either going to play defensively to sort of make sure he survives, or he's just going to go ham and just sort of like kill as much as possible. This Devouring Jelly in here, it didn't seem like it did a lot for last round, but all it needs is like a few critical damage, which is totally possible, and these guys are going to fall really quickly. The Gremlin here, he's probably not going to do too much, but I mean, if Devil chooses not to focus on him, he's going to still needle damage through. I guess that's pretty much all we're waiting. We're just going to wait for these guys. Looks like they're done now. Shark has not put anything out in his gate, so that means we're probably going to see some higher level spells come out for Sharkbait. Maybe heal. And I'm sorry, it's actually Devil's initiative, so he can actually play the game he wants to right now. Martyr's Restoration going down into Brogan. You know, this is exactly how I like to play Brogan. That is, as he takes damage, just take it away, because 4 armor is so good at repelling just tons of damage, and I think Devil's really playing it right here. Creature actions. Let's see what he's going to do here. Minor heal. Nope. This is probably restore. And that's 12 mana now on the gate. Seeking Dispel does go down. It's going to target what's on Brogan. Yep, on Brogan. And let's see what that card was. It was another eye for an eye. Ooh, he's played a little bit tricky there. But, I mean, with Shark having an attack spell in his hand, he can easily prep those I can react to you cards, which is a big advantage of having wands. Gorgon Archer is going to choose to attack Brogan 2. And he's going to roll 4 dice. Looks like he's going to get 4 damage through and 2 weeks. Oh, man, that's starting to look bad for Brogan. So it looks like Cassiel's gonna take her action now. That I'm curious to see what he actually prepped on him. And he's gonna minor heal Brogan again. Okay, I think it's a. I mean, he has 2 dice basically on him now, but he can't restore him. He gets 5. So, I mean, Brogan is not dying. And I suppose with 4 armor, just being like a battery of taking damage is reducing a lot of that dice. That's probably why we haven't seen, or we've seen Sharkbait kind of hit a wall. Because when you're dealing with 4 armor, like, your dice are not as effective as it should be. That being said, the Jelly's going to come in. He's going to roll really well, get 2 corrodes down, and deal 3 damage. And, I mean, bringing down Brogan's total armor is really going to be how you kill him. And Brogan can kill this Gremlin right now, which is what I think he should do. It should kill him. 2 dice, basically, on 2 life left. It should basically kill him. You know, has unavoidable, has the piercing. I mean, Brogan's just a Gremlin killer. But no! Gremlin. The Gremlin survives with 1 damage left. He only rolled 1 damage on that 2-die roll. That's... Oh, man. I feel so bad for Devil. Like, this is just, like, an agonizing way towards death right now. And, like, there's all these, like, little glimmers of hope, and then it just doesn't work out. The Gremlin's going to come in and deal an extra damage. That's another damage from Brogan. And he has another Gremlin here. So it's very possible he can just teleport if this guy doesn't guard the White Cloak Knight and just kill him. I mean, if he gets the crits, it could just happen. Yep. And White Cloak Knight's just going to commit. He's going to attack this blue Gremlin. Let's see if the defense works. Here it comes, guys. He's good at dodging swords, but not the gleaming sword. And with that, this Gremlin is dead. And there's only 1 remaining. It is still at full life, so it's totally going to be able to move in here and just deal some damage. And Gremlin's going to be teleporting his way over here, attacking Brogan again. Only has 1 armor. That being said, 1 damage goes through. So 9 out of 11 is left. Man, so much dice has gone into Brogan on both ends. It's crazy. When he dies, I wonder if that's going to be matched. That being said, Aurora's going to come in. Still at 0 damage. So 5 dice, piercing 1. If this defense doesn't work, there's going to be a ton of damage that goes through. But of course, the defense does work. At the Sword Dodger Gremlin. And Shark's going to play it super defensively with these creatures here. And I think it's a good idea. He's just sort of saying, okay, I'm at 19 damage. I need all the defense I can get. Surround myself with these sentries. Which, I mean, gargoyles are kind of like guardian angels in their own way. With his actions, since he was stunned, he got a mage wand out. It's probably either a minor heal or a teleport. It could be like a force push for damage, but I doubt it. It's going to be the end of the round. And I'll be right back, guys. Okay, looks like we're going to be jumping back into this game here. And it looks like another Gorgon Archer is going to be coming out. And Shark has a ton of creatures in this book. They're not just like low-level creatures. They're all like 2, 3, 4. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. Sharkbait's going to immediately cast Lightning Bolt out of his wand there. And he's going to get 2 damage with a stun. He's probably going to, if he has any Hero's Favor, he's probably going to reveal it right now. Let's see what he does. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That is enough to kill Brogan, so why would he do that? But, I mean, he spent another 8 mana on that, so that's quite a bit of gone. But to kill Brogan is... Now it's going to be more of a sweeping thing rather than a we've hit a brick wall kind of thing. And especially with this Gorgon getting extra damage in, like, this is going to be a... just sort of a snowball effect of damage that can go through that Devil cannot keep up with. White Cloak Knight's going to attack this jelly here. And he's going to get 0 damage. No, I'm sorry. The jelly's going to attack the White Cloak Knight. And he's going to get 4 damage through Rennick Road. Alright, well, that's a big difference there. White Cloak Knight, of course, having 8 life, 2 left. This knight's like, alright, I'm not going to attack your jelly, though. Going after your Gremlin here. Let's see if the defense works. Now, this Gleaming Sword, I think Gremlins like gleaming things because it always hits. 3 damage going through, that's it's about average onto that Gremlin. So it's going to put up at 3 damage total. Gremlin's going to return the fire. This is probably will kill this knight here. Yep, it's going to deal 2 exactly. Killing this White Cloak Knight. I'm sorry, he has Piercing 1, it does 3. So, and he has a Corrode, what am I saying? So that means he basically has Aurora left, and that's his damage. Really, there's nothing else here that can really deal any sort of DPS. That being said, he's going to take advantage here, try to kill this Gremlin. I shouldn't get it, but, you know, with rolls like that, where you roll 8 damage on 7 dice, yeah, he's going to get it through. One-shotting it, pretty much. But I mean, those Gremlins really paid off. That's going to be the end of the Gremlins for this game, but man, they really did a lot. But the damage's not over. Gorgon's going to come in and shoot Cassiel for 3 damage in 2 weeks. Man, that was brutal. And that still leaves Sharkbait open for his Hawk-Eyed Arcane Zap, which will kill Cassiel, or it'll be 1 though, but still really good. Of course, unless Cassiel retreats like this. Throwing down an enchantment's probably like a... I don't know. A Divine Protection of some sort. And looks like both of these Gargoyles are going to be moving down just to support Sharkbait, because he's an old man on his last leg of life. And he needs all sorts of Arcane-like guardians to support him. These Gorgon Archers are just going to keep marching down the field. They'll occupy the 2 center zones and just shoot everything. Oh, Shark has a level 2 attack spell. He has a Jetstream. Great choice here. It's going to deal an extra 2 dice on top of Hawkeye, so it's going to be 5 total. If he doesn't kill Cassiel, which he just did, he did roll the push, so he would have had another 3 dice on top of that. Or 2, I guess, with Aegis. So Cassiel's dead now, and I think it's pretty safe to say this game is over, unless unless Devil can do anything to sort of eep out that damage against Sharkbait's Wizard. I just don't see much winning happening here. Another White Cloak Knight is going to come out for Devil. No reason to give up. Never give up in a surrender. Wait. No, it's I mean, in a tournament match, you never give up, never surrender, and I think this is just a solid choice here because he's just like, I could win. It is possible, and I mean, there's not many Mage Wars tournaments, so you might as well just play it through. So yeah, that's gonna be another round there. As I said, like if you guys are sticking with us through this, it's probably just gonna be like a slow death of Devil. Um, I don't really see much happening that Devil can do to sort of make a comeback. I guess if he manages to get creatures to get these guards gone, that might give him an opening for like a a boulder kill if he rolls nice. Really though, it's like it's just so hard. And this Gorgon Archer, all that damage it took is basically a 2 now. He's gonna recover full life. Like just the damage is just gonna stack. And I'll be right back. Alright, so looks like another Gorgon Archer came out for Shark's Wizard, so that's 3 total. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I didn't guess another one. So there's only 2. Looks like Devil is going to choose to Divine Intervention Shark's Wizard. That being said, immediately after that was cast, Shark just sneakingly dispelled it. So, I mean, with 2 wands out, you can kind of just play a bunch of those other spells in your hand. It's not like he's necessarily like predicting that play. It's just he's like, I am so safe with my wands, I can do whatever I want here. So he's gonna stay defensive. This jelly's gonna go down and be like, I'm gonna follow you until you can't be alive anymore. This White Cloak Knight's gonna move in. And he's going to move in and take a Gleaming Sword to the face. I guess Gleaming damage is something that can actually hurt him, because it's the first time I've ever seen this jelly get hurt in this match. We're just going to guard. That's fine. And yeah, we're probably just going to see the damage start happening here. That was going to punch this Devouring Jelly. Like, jellies are hard to kill. They only have 9 life, but like, if you don't get lucky, they'll just keep healing up by attacking you. And like this, for instance, 3 dice did 0 damage. Like, that's 7 dice this total round. He did 2 damage total. He's just going to attack something and heal his whole round of damage here. That being said, all these creatures are getting in position. Shark is probably going to... Yep, he's going to heal himself. Healing for 0 on 5 dice. Still a good play, but I mean, like, it's like this round is a whole lot of like fails to happen, but the advantage Shark gets is that he gets in position. That's the end of the round. Okay. Sorry about that to anyone that was having trouble hearing me. I just sort of like hopefully fixed it. But yeah, I've been commentating this whole time, so I wonder how long I've been away for. That being said, so basically we have a lot of weeks and days and 1 life remaining on this Temple High Guard. This guy's basically going to be useless this whole thing, although he can take out a guard. Maybe that has some use. This White Cliff Knight, while he isn't touched, I see him taking a bow attack before he gets in to further reduce damage. And maybe he can take out a guard, and then a guard won't reroll, and then maybe some sort of attack spell shenanigans from not much mana out of Devil. I mean, this game is pretty much over. I really don't see how Devil can pull this out, especially with Sharkbait. 17 mana. He's got 14 on the gate. So, I mean, he's basically at which he does have a creature. So, I mean, when he casts that creature, that's who knows what it is, but anything is going to be good at this point because it's just like anything that's going to deal damage to win this game is what needs to happen. And, I mean, there's not really much to think about in terms of planning. It's kind of a straightforward thing. Like, Devil's charging in to see if he can, do anything. And I think it's probably going to fail. And when it does, it's going to be game. That being said, it's taking a long time to decide his cards. So I wonder if he has something I'm not thinking of. Alright. And we're going to deployment. And another Devouring Jelly comes out. Man, he's got so many creatures. And this is, I mean, if he has a teleport, a quick way to deal some damage. If he just, slops his way over, it's still fine. I mean, either way, Shark's in such a winning position here. First quick cast. Heal. Yep. He's going to cast heal. Man, he has a lot of heals. He's going to gain a life on top of that. And let's see how much he ends up healing here. Holy cow. So he's going to heal all the damage. Which, I mean, he's at 4 weeks still. So it's not like he's going to do damage. But, I mean, he's going to allow basically 10 more dice to need to go through. And if I were Shark, I'd almost just not worry about this guy. Just let him deal 1 damage around. It's not going to be a big deal. Alright, and this Devouring Jelly is like, I might as well just start hunting you. And the big thing is he's trying to eliminate the armor here. So he gets 1 corrode, basically. Damage goes through, is going to heal. Alright, so I mean, he's going after the Gargoyle, which is it's smart. I mean, he needs to kill this one, but at the same time, like, I feel like all these guys are just gonna gang up on these 2 guys and just sort of like, and then Devil's gonna be left with nothing. That being said, the Gorgon does do some more damage, so another 4 damage towards Devil, and this is going to just start adding up every round until we sort of see her ultimate fall here. Double High Guard's going to go up. He is dazed, so if he chose to attack something, it would just... Yeah, he's just going to guard. That was a good choice. Honestly, I see no reason to actually attack the Temple High Guard. And another 4 dice. And like these Gorgons, I really just look at them like as just attack spells. They just need to deal the damage to get through. And another weak does go down, and 2 damage on top of that. Devil's at 7. I mean, it's gonna start creeping up as we go along. Priestess is gonna guard. Huh. Probably just getting out of the way of the Devouring Jelly there, so it's not just a free hit every round. It looks like Shark's gonna choose to dissolve this Witchwood. That's gonna mean he's gonna save an extra life around, and the armor going down means he's at 1 armor. So this is a smart choice. And then he's gonna heal himself. Shark just wants to be super safe in this game. His heals are awful. He gets 2 healing on 5 dice. I mean, he's at 11. I mean, I'd love to see some sort of regenerate out of Shark, because he would be at full life by now. Just passively. Alright, well, I'm going to cut the video here. I'll be right back. Alright, back into this round here. So Devil's at 7 damage. Let's see how this turns out here. No cast out of Devil. Let's see what goes on here. He might choose to try to kill the Gargoyle. Yeah, he's gonna do that. Probably won't kill him. 4 dice against 4 armor. He could just crit through. And no, he doesn't. He just gets 1 damage. About normal. This is what you'd expect. There's a lot of people watching this game. 3 dice returns. Deals 0 damage. Such a low die game. And here comes the Gorgons. 4-die attack. Deals 4 damage, rock on, and a weak. Those weaks just sort of, they probably don't really matter too much anymore. Because he's got 2 weeks. It's just going to be 1 die every time anyway. Unless he reveals something right now. He's going to enchant himself again. He's going to do the folds. Okay. Well, that's not a bad choice. Means he can't take more weeks most likely. And now he's out of range of this Devouring Jelly. We'll see what happens. When the Purge Magic goes down, is there Nullify? Let's see it. Let's see it. I want to know what cards these are. Looks like an eye for an eye. Okay, that's good. And a restore. So he is not. So he doesn't have any more restores, and I think we've seen 4, maybe 5 eye for an eye so far. So I mean, this lets Shark now go. Okay, I could probably start focusing on your mage with higher attack spells and stuff. Oh man. So yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for this game to end because it's I mean, Devil put the Consecrated ground down, and I mean it's decent. Like he got the damage through to the Gargoyle, for instance, but I just don't see that being enough to sort of win the game. Starting out the first quick cast, looks like we're gonna see another lightning bolt go down against the Priestess here. It's gonna be 7 dice against it. Looks like what is it? 2 armor. So he only rolls 5. So that's going to be a total of 3 damage. Putting the Priestess up to 19. But, well, the Priest is going to look like heal another 5 off of Healing Charm and then gain a life as well. So he's at 14 out of 38 now. Priestess. Yeah. And see, it looks like the shell's gonna move in here and just wait to slop his way over to kill some mage. Gargoyle Sentry's gonna get attacked. I mean, this is a good move. Gargoyle Sentry's gonna die from this, so I mean, think about it this way though. Like this Gargoyle Sentry's 11 mana. He's got so much more on the board. These guys need to get out of this zone and probably spread out, just so they can always be shooting. Because it's not worth it a knife when you can just move on and shoot the same amount of dice the next round. That being said, so the Jellies moved in. They're going to be hitting pretty hard here. And, yeah, that's going to be kind of... That's going to be kind of what goes on there, I guess. Either that or they should be knifing. I mean, yeah, there's a guard, but, like... You really don't have to worry too much about that. Tanglevine onto Gargoyle. That's going to prevent any sort of dodging or intercepting or guarding shenanigans. But that also means that the Sentry is going to have a chance to do 3 dice around against something. Probably not the Tanglevine. I don't think it's a good choice. He's going to hit the Sentry, which, I mean, he's down to 1 armor now, so, you know, 1 die back is a better option. Koshe, tell us about how Kira's favor could have made a difference there. I'm not sure exactly what specific thing you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure Shark has many opportunities that he should have Akira's favored. Like, like his mage alone, a lot of those lightning bolts are dealing subpar damage, but getting stuns. So yes, I'm actually surprised Shark doesn't have it because he's been screwed so many times because he's an attack spell kind of player. It looks like he has 2 because he has 4 base, 2 counter, and then 4. Yeah, so it should be 2. Two against 1 armor, so I mean he's gonna get a damage through. That's nice. I don't know. I know there's another match going on right now, and I'm actually kind of curious to see how that's going. And it's gonna be 1 damage, so he got average damage there. And then, of course, the attack in. I mean, against 2 armor, he's got 1 damage probably. If he gets lucky, maybe 2. He did 1. So it's kind of up to, man, I think if Devil played this Consecrated Ground earlier, that could have dealt so much more damage. I mean, it's really good right now because these jellies are here and stuff, but, like, it's just not worth it to do it so late. Like, it would have been more worth it to do it later on. And, I mean, these... this damage is all going to be basically reversed by Consecrated Ground over time, but... I mean, Shark just needs to... He needs to dish out the damage against this Priestess, and I think he should have moved 1 just so he can start shooting, because, again, it's 2 dice right now, or 4 dice next round. Just shoot. Like, just hold off on the damage. I mean, he did get 3 on that. So that's pretty nice, actually. And the Wiz is going to go in, so it's more damage coming through. Arcane Zap for 4 dice. And, I mean, he got 4 damage through. It's pretty good. I mean, he's only got about 17 to go. Okay, cool. And I'll be right back. Alright, so it looks like Lightning Bolt is coming out of Shark again. Let's see how he rolls. And Akiro loves him today, getting 5 damage. Only 2 of that going, 3 of that going through? 3. He really needs Akiro's favor. Because dang. Oh my goodness. It looks like the teleport goes down. She's out of there. That being said, the shell's gonna go and just wraps things up. I mean, really, you have a priestess running away, so it's basically just gonna be like, let's deal a ton of damage and then chase. These Gorgon archers being in these two zones, they'll just always be shooting, and this is just a match of just how can we get as much damage as possible. The reverse attack is on Shark, so this White Click Knight's about to hit himself for 2 damage. That was a pretty funny reverse attack, though, I gotta say. So I mean, yeah. I mean, we're kind of just waiting to see if this damage can go through or not, and how long it's gonna take. I wonder if like Shark has Devil has like a boulder wand waiting or something. Alright, so we are back in this game here. Looks like we have a Priestess that really wants to survive. 24 out of 39 on the damage scale so far. And this Consecrated Ground is actually doing a lot of work. In terms of value, it's doing tons of damage and it is healing a lot. That being said, this jelly is going to manage to do some damage, and this wizard will probably finish it off right now, just with an Arcane Zap. Yeah, and there's the damage right there. Got a Blessed Focus on him. So this sentry's gonna want to break out because this Consecrated Ground will just keep tacking on damage here. But I imagine a lot of these jellies are just gonna start moving over. Double shot from here. That's a nice extra, 4 dice, 2 attacks each. And yeah, this Priestess just needs to. I guess we're just waiting to see if Devil has anything that's going to be good enough to survive. Gate has 10 mana on it, so who knows if he has more creatures or not. And unfortunately, Shark is not rolling even damage on this right now. He's getting the 1 damage per attack bow. He's stacking up the weaks, but it's kind of funny to watch. I got 2 there. That's nice. Well, while this game is going on, I guess we can talk about the Siren. I see you guys are talking about Circle of Fire. Circle of Fire rocks. Now, personally, I'm a bigger fan of the Circle of Lightning, but I can see why you'd want to do that one, just because of the extra damage. I guess what I really like about Lightning, personally, is the dazed stun chance. If you can take away more of your actions, you're turning it basically into a like a defensive thing, which the only time I usually cast damage barriers is when I have a lot of melee guys under my mage. So, I mean, I can see why you like Circle of Fire, don't get me wrong, because those burns can like seriously add up a ton of damage. But if you haven't considered Circle of Lightning, I would definitely give it a chance. That being said, looks like Shark moved over. Oh my god. He cast a spell that did 6 damage, and then brace yourself. He just can't beat this barrier here. So, it's going to be kind of this whole game, I think. That being said, I think every Siren needs like a Fireball or a Flame Blast. Or some sort of way of dealing fire damage. Either that or some way of dealing with the Druid. Because the Druid is very, very tough to fight. You could... I guess what you could do is you could just use Leviathan or something like that, the Kraken against Druid, but like it does create a lot of problems. I'll see if they want to have an interview after the match. I know Shark was saying this morning that his mic was messing up, so we'll see. This could be it. Brace yourselves in the discard pile. I think this is game. And that is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if these guys are interested in some sort of talk. That was my cat. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, let me just see if they want to talk. Because if they do, then cool. So, I mean, you see, like, I can see that basically... I mean, this game was over, like, way long ago back over here. I mean, probably before that, even when the Gremlins are out. But, I guess you can kind of see the defensive nature of Priestess, how she can just sort of... She has a lot of survivability, and not to mention, like, things like Brogan. Like, Shark hit a wall against Brogan because of that 4 armor, and it delayed him from killing the mage. At the same time, if he didn't go after Brogan, he would have lost a lot of stuff in the time being. Okay, yeah, it looks like people are busy. So, I mean... Basically, what we saw there is kind of a classic, like, I have a lot of creatures, and I took out your creatures, and now I just need to kill you, which White Dwarfs tends to have that sort of thing where